Hey everyone, it's time for some more predictions in the NFL. Week 2 of the 2023 season. Week 1, it's officially in the books. Clean slate for this next set of games. And I was able to get half of the games correctly predicted. It's some notable instances from week 1. Lions managed to win over the Chiefs on Thursday night. The Raiders, stupid Raiders, and the Jets on a walk-off punt return touchdown. Now, so we're gonna see if that kind of randomness continues, but hopefully things can continue to be like so. But without further ado, let's jump right on in. Hey, would you look at that? I actually can use the Eagles logo as intended, as they're going to be at home for Thursday Night Football against the Minnesota Vikings. And let's be honest, the Vikings should feel a little bit embarrassed after that first loss to the Bucks. Whereas the Eagles, they nearly blew it, but they still have the roster necessary to basically win some games. However, both teams are on a short week, given it's Sunday, no, Thursday night football, not Sunday. It's a Thursday night football game, short week, and I think the Eagles are going to be the team that gets it done at home. Next up is the Packers visiting the Atlanta Falcons to open up the Sunday games in the 1 o'clock section. Now, both of these teams are coming off with differently impressive of wins. And in fact, the Packers may be coming off of a more explosive win. However, Jordan Love, we still don't know what he's capable of. He's only played one game this year. And I think this game is going to be one where they go back to reality. The Falcons end up beating against the Packers as they've been doing for a little bit here in the uh what was it? Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Colts versus Texans. Oh boy. This game I was debating to maybe have this be a tie of the week, but I opted not to. And let's be honest, I probably should make this my tie of the week instead of a later option because these two teams are gonna suck. And I do mean suck for the case of the Texans that they lost to the Ravens. Then again, it's hard on the road, but they should have an easier time at home. And the Colts, they did surprisingly better than expected with Anthony Richardson at quarterback. However, he is still very raw and needs more time to develop. Which is why I decided that Houston is going to be the team that ends up winning this game. However, do not be surprised if this game ends in at least one being a tie. Well, let me rephrase that. Don't be surprised if at least one game in this series ends in a tie for the second year in a row. Seahawks versus Lions. This is in Detroit, so the Lions have the home field advantage, right? Well, they can only win so many games for so long, and they usually drop the ball on one of their early games. And so despite that impressive win against the Chiefs, I think this is the game where they're going to end up losing in that early game. They usually do. And I think they lose it to the Seahawks here. They're on at home. Chargers versus Titans. And oh boy, are we talking about a tale of two different teams. And this is the one I decided to have my score prediction for. The Titans played a ugly low scoring game, whereas the Chargers were kind of in a shootout. However, they're both 0-1. One of them have to win. And I think that the Chargers are gonna get it done on the road against the Titans. And for my bonus point, I think they end up beating the Titans 21-16. Why are the Raiders 1-0 going in against the Buffalo Bills? You should know by now what happens when you're Josh McDaniels going up against the Bills. Seriously, why is this man still a head coach? If anything, the Raiders should not be in this game. And I think for that reason, the Bills are going to kick butt. Raiders don't get as lucky this time around. The Bills win, get back up to 500, and contention for the division. Oh, jeez. Jeez, I was yawning because Raiders are stupid. Chiefs versus Jaguars. This is in Jacksonville. Oh, however, I do want to point out a few things. The Chiefs were missing Travis Kelce, and I don't think they're gonna miss him for that much longer. And they still have the more impressive team overall. Jaguars, on the other hand, they're in the AFC South, which means whoever wins that division, yeah. That said, that Jaguars did prove why they're gonna be the new kings of the South if they win it. But overall, in terms of how this game is going to go, yeah, they're gonna have a harder time against the Chiefs. And yeah, Chiefs over the Jaguars. Or as I don't care what you Jaguars fans think, you're not going undefeated, and you're definitely going to make it out here with the division, but not undefeated. Get back to reality. Stop it. Ravens versus Bengals. This is a bit of an interesting one here. So let's see. What do we have? An injury Raven squad already, and a surprise. Last I remember, the Bengals were losing so badly that they actually pulled Burrow out of the game near the end. Yeah, that actually happened. While for the Ravens, they won, but injuries are already plaguing the team, and it's only a matter of time before Lamar Jackson gets hurt. Those injuries are going to come and hurt the Ravens, which is why I have the Bengals winning this game. Now we have the Bears going on the road against the Buccaneers to wrap up the 1 o'clock games. And to be honest with you, the Bears did not look good. Like, at all. They did not look good against the Packers. Even without Aaron Rodgers, Packers proved that the Bears are not ready to take them on. And I think this is going to be one of those years where it's going to be a long one. They may not even be in contention for playoffs. Because I just yawned and they were boring. Buccaneers, they're coming off as the more impressive team. And honestly, the fact that they have home field advantage might also be enough. The Buccaneers end up winning this game over the Bears. Time for the West Coast. 4:05 games. There's two of them. 49ers versus Rams is one of them. And to be honest, despite the impressive win that the Rams had, they're not going to have the same luck here against the 49ers. Yes, they got home field advantage, but the 49ers are the better team all around. I mean, they just paid Nick Bosa the big bucks. Brock Purdy is back to his old self. So there's really not much to talk about here. And I'd say the 49ers end up winning this one easily. Oh, well, would you look at this? Another game that was in contention for being the tie of the week, but ended up not being tie of the week. Giants versus Cardinals. Great. The Giants got humiliated. We knew they were going to lose to the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football, but wow, 40 to nothing in about 7 or more sacks or more or picks. Exact whatever. And I think there was also one a return for a pick six. Is in like yeah, I can't remember all the stats off the top of my head, but it was bad. It was bad for them. Not a single point scored. Yeah. And yawn, because that pretty much describes the Giants. Welcome back, Terps. At least the Cardinals actually tried to put up a fight with Josh Dobbs at QB. That combined that this is home field advantage for the Cardinals is probably going to be enough for the Cardinals to mess up their tank for a little bit and win against the New York Giants. Now into the real late games, the 425 slot, the Jets visiting the Cowboys. And despite winning on a walk-off punt return touchdown, the Jets were hit with unfortunate news. Is that their new quarterback, the aging Aaron Rodgers, lasted for only 4 plays for the team before getting hurt. He is officially out for the year on a torn Achilles. So it's gonna be the Zach Wilson show now. And not good when you're going up against the Dallas Cowboys. And Jerry World know what less. So yeah. Even if the Jets keep it close, it'll be a boring game. I'm sure, because I just yawned. And well, the Cowboys are going to be the team that ends up winning this game. Because they have, well, no pun intended, more stars aligned. It's in their favor. Oh, it's the team with no name. Surprised they're actually undefeated already under Josh Harris and the new ownership crew going up against the Denver Broncos. Well then, what shall we talk about this time? I wonder. Boring. Another one of those boring games, I'm sure. But this time, the Broncos are still at home, and they'll have plenty of time. And I think that they can rebound from an embarrassing loss to the Raiders and snap Washington back into reality. The Broncos take this match. Moving on to Sunday Night Football, we have the matchup that seems to always favor the Dolphins in at least one game. Dolphins versus Patriots. And honestly, Bill Belichick may possibly be entering the hot seat in a moment's notice. And they need to get some wins in and badly. They need to prove something, anything. And after what's all happened, yeah, they're gonna have a tough time here. No, Zeke, you're not gonna be defeating the Dolphins. You're gonna pull a Leon Lett, if that makes any sense. So the Dolphins are going to take a Sunday Night Football. If not this game, then later in the series at home. Because the Dolphins usually win at least one game against the Patriots each year. It's been happening for a while now. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Monday Night Football tie of the week. Saints versus Panthers. Yes, this is the game I decided to make as my tie of the week. And let's be honest, if the Saints did not put up that good of a performance with Derek Carr at quarterback. And the Panthers, well, they're not faring much better either. There's really no way either team ends up coming out with a win unless they get a miracle or two. Yes, the Panthers have won at least one game against the Saints in the last two seasons, but that was when famous Jameis was at quarterback. This is Derek Carr, and yes, the same results could possibly occur, but at the same time, it's worth noting this is an Andy Dalton revenge game. He's not playing. It's Bryce Young show. Derek Carr wants to prove his dominance over the Panthers after beating them last time with the Raiders. But that's besides the point. Both teams are expected to be in a garbage division. And to be honest, when the NFC South's brightest spot is the Falcons, that's when you know things are hitting the fan. So, with these two, yeah, this is my tie of the week right here. And wrapping up the Monday Night Football, yes, there's two Monday Night Football games. The Browns are going to be visiting the Steelers. And yeah, with this being the Steelers' territory, Browns haven't won on the road against the Steelers in a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. Unless they won it last year, but they split the series last year, or if I'm not mistaken. But no matter. All we gotta do is talk about the fact that Deshaun Watson, it don't matter how well he plays. It's more about trying to survive the year. Because Jimmy Haslam has a quick trigger. And Kenny Pickett's is going to have a better second game overall. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Cleveland Browns. Browns, they're evenly contested. But the home field advantage is what does it for the Steelers. Also, screw you, Deshaun. Seriously, screw you. And here's an overall recap look at my picks. Picks for the week 2. And as you can tell, yeah, there's going to be a lot more boring games here. Oh, yeah, I forgot I need to modify this here. Er, But there we go. That's how you know. Right there. But this is what we're looking at for my week 2 predictions of the 2023 NFL season. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in to this again. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and comment, subscribe, all that jazz. As I don't get why everybody keeps talking about that and such. Yes, it helps grow the channel, but uh, you're not completely forced to do it. You still have a choice of your own to make. Hey, so don't get it twisted. You can make your own decisions. You're your own person. Watch the content you want to watch. It's probably a better blog that I can do. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, travel safely. And boom.